Battle continues May 1st at the second stop on the PSP Tour, so mark your calendars and sign up your team to take the field at the 2015 PSP Nashville Open. Watch all the action going down and broadcast live May 1st through the 3rd on pspevents.com.
The past couple years building up their roster, and they all of a sudden are very deep with very talented and hungry players that have been executing in the prelims to get themselves to this position. Todd, I really like what we've been seeing, and if you guys have been watching the webcast this weekend, 187 Crew had an amazing adventure through the prelims to get here, and Houston Heat, they also played well. And in the thing with Houston Heat, on paper, you got to give this one to Houston Heat, but you know it's muddy. We're here in the semifinals. It's all about who wants it more right now. But Houston Heat, with this high-powered offense and this highly talented team chock full of superstars, is about to take on a team that wants to move up into the upper echelon of tournament paintball.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the highest that upTon 187 has ever finished already, and they're just looking to keep on pushing forward. You know, like you said, Nick Slowiak cut from Houston Heat. Now they're going to have to face him as a starter on the other end of the field. So they know the talent that he's got over there, and all these 187 guys that have been playing together for a really long time have gotten better and better and better over the past few years. And now here they are with an opportunity to take down a big-time team here on the biggest platform, the PSP semifinals. They shoot Fedorov on the break. That's a good way to start.
Yeah, so I think that might have been Nick Slowiak shooting over the top towards the snake side off the break. And then here comes 187 trying to get up in the center, but getting cut down. So trading bodies back and forth. Another body coming off right now for Houston Heat. And it is Mishka Kiesnev.
So upTon, they lose Dan Zaleski over here off the snake side. Nick Slowiak is going to fill out. It is a 3-on-3 game. There goes Sergey up the middle. He's going to make it. And it looks like he might have a hit on his leg. I think the referee's going to run in. I think they saw what I saw, and Sergey's going to get a major penalty. And there's going to get a body pull. Just Greg Sewers left, but Greg Sewers shoots one. It's a 2-on-1 right now. Nick Slowiak coming along the snake side of the field. He picks up Greg Sewers, and I think it's Lazat over there. Sewers retreating back to the back center. He's in the wide open right now. Does Slowiak pick him up? There's Greg Sewers. He's got his loader off of his gun, having problems right now.
Well, that's going to make it a little bit easier here for Greg Lazat and Nick Slowiak.
Yeah, but they want to take as much advantage of that penalty as they can. Slowiak gets the shot in on Sewers, and he is going to run that flag in to preserve the time on the major. Bierdnikov is the one that ended up getting pulled on Solnyshkov's penalty. I didn't see where Solnyshkov got shot, but definitely as soon as he took off running up the field, you could see that giant hit on the outside of his left leg. So he's going to be in the box for 1.5 minutes, and upTon 187 Crew going to go up to start this game 1-0.
Well, at least 2 confirmed kills for Nick Slowiak playing against his former team. And he was the one that was able to shoot Konstantin Fedorov off the break to create an opportunity for 187. 187, though, losing a few bodies, even though there was a major penalty and they initially had an advantage off the break. So, you know, they're going to have to, even though they did win this point, tighten it up a little bit. They need to lose as few players as possible out of their bunkers. Let's check in with the referee for the update on that penalty.
Player number 23 from Houston, he will be charged. He was.
Looks like we have a little audio glitch here with our referee, Mike. And but yeah, so it was Sergey Solnyshkov as he receives that penalty. So Houston Heat going to be playing down 1, and upTon 187 Crew, not only did they win the point, but they are going to be on the power play, so they couldn't ask for a better start to this match, Todd.
Yeah, 1.5 minutes, and not only that, getting Sergey, you know, in that box. He is about 6'3". He is a guy that can stand up over the top of that back center himself and rain down on a side of the field where players are trying to run out wide. So looks like upTon 187 going to come back with their crew again. Slowiak, Lazat, Zaleski, Trailer. The combo of Zaleski and Trailer have been really solid over here. And Derula going to get in the game for upTon 187. He had a kill that first point. Slowiak had 2 kills. Here we go on the breakout. All the way to the corner again is Zaleski. He's going to make it out wide. Any bodies dropping? Does not appear. So And Chad George makes it out there to the snake side corner. Fedorov makes it out. Lizotte getting shot first.
So the body count's going to get evened up because Lizotte is going to be walking off here. Shot by Konstantin Fedorov. And now Trailer moves over to the snake side and tries to get that inside lane. And it looks like another death for Houston Heat as Greg Sewers is going to be walking off too. So it's 3-on-4 right now. Here comes Nick Sloviak. He makes his move. You're looking at Heat on your screen on the snake side, trying to get into the snake.
Fedorov jumps into snake one, but Mishka gets shot. It's going to be just Chad George and Fedorov over here. 36 seconds on the penalty. What is 187 going to be able to do? Are they going to be able to come down that Dorito side, or is Heat going to be able to burn off the rest of this penalty? Zaleski coming up out of the corner. Here comes Max Trailer. He's going to come down and blow Fedorov out of that snake. And Zaleski wisely going to run and grab the flag and go hanging in, give up to 187 another point, and preserve 10 seconds on that penalty.
Todd, what a great start from 187 Crew. Yes, they did get a gift with that Sergey penalty. However, they are capitalizing on their opportunities. 4 bodies alive for them. The only body to come off was Greg Lizotte. So 187 Crew, if they can keep this up, they'll find themselves facing Los Angeles Infamous in the final game, which will be the last game played today.
Yeah, that would be a pretty interesting game. If upTon 187 is able to beat Houston Heat here, undefeated so far in the event, they would be taking on LA Infamous, who is also undefeated in this event so far. But Houston Heat right now still got 10 seconds on that penalty. They're down 2-0.
And let's not get too carried away yet. Houston Heat, there's no way they're just going to roll over for 187, and we have a ton of time left. 17-17 left on the clock here. So Houston Heat going to try to even up the body count on the start of this next point, try to get Sergey Sonivko out of the box, and then go from there.
Oh, I'm not saying by far this game is over.
I know you're not.
We know what Houston Heat can do over there. But the rise of 187 here beginning at this event.
So on paper, have to give this one to Houston Heat. With the lineup that they have brought in to to bolster their crew, it's just a ridiculous lineup. I mean, you go through each one of their players on the roster, and I could sit here and tell you a half-hour story about how amazing they are and how many tournaments they've won and the things that they've done. However, it doesn't really matter about what you've done before. It matters what you're doing right now. And right now, 187 Crew 2 points up over Houston Heat. So 187 Crew really proven a lot so far at this event, but still a lot of game left to be played here.
Yeah. It's just always exciting to watch a new team.
It is.
Come in.
And a great story of what's possible.
Yeah. Get good. Start making games exciting.
So now on the breakout here. Off the break. Can Houston Heat even the body count up? No bodies dropping so far. Derula up in the center for 187 Crew. But it looks like Houston Heat gets all their guys out alive. And I think Sergey, did he make it out of the box?
It didn't look like it.
I don't know. I think
he's
he did.
in there. Yeah, he's in there.
And also 187 losing Matt Derula in the center, who was shot by Sergey. So nice work by Heat. Now they have the advantage.
And here comes Sergey up the middle. He and Bierdnikov right next to each other. Guns crossed in the middle.
But Fedorov getting shot for Houston Heat. 4 bodies left alive for both teams. Looking at the two bodies in the center for Houston Heat right now.
Chad George sneaks into the snake. And Max Trailer, I don't think Max Trailer even picked him up because he's coming into the middle of the field right now. He's hunting for Sergey and Bierdnikov. Looks like Chad George might be having some gun trouble. No, I'm sorry. He's just looking across the field. Max Trailer gets picked off, trying to come up the middle. Zaleski is still alive in the snake side corner.
It looks like upTon 187 loses Trailer. So Sergey coming out the box and making it work. 2 confirmed kills for him.
Oh, and Sergey. Oh, looks like Sloviak leaned back. He might have got a shot on Sergey. Nope, Sergey survives. Referee going to run in and check Sergey. That's Chad George on your screen right there in the snake. 2 bodies alive. It's Josh Pike and Nick Sloviak over there on the Dorito side, wheeling and dealing.
And that's what you're looking at right now on your screen.
But
Sloviak looking for an angle on that D side. Ooh, gets put back in. Has to be careful. Guns up on Chad George.
Just those 2 bodies left alive as Zaleski gets shot out of the snake side corner. And there goes Sloviak. Moorhead going to run the inside and shoot out Josh Pike. So Houston Heat able to start with 4 bodies and not have that extra gun on the break, but then get a couple early kills, get their man out of the box, and come up and close this game with 4 live bodies. The only one getting shot, Konstantin Fedorov, as Houston Heat going to put a point on the board here. It is now going to be 2-1 as we are about 5 minutes into this game.
Well, that was a real solid point for Houston Heat. They needed that to get some of this momentum back that upTon 187 crew, or from upTon 187 crew. So there's Malloy coming off for Houston Heat. But solid work from them. Yeah, started down minus 20% of their firepower off the break, but Sergey came out of the box, shot 2 bodies right away before he got shot himself.
He wasn't in the game for 5 seconds before he shot somebody coming out of there.
Came out and wanted to get a kill real quick, which he did. So 15:05 left to go here in this last semifinal matchup. And again, we have the Division I semifinals coming at you next, then the divisional finals, and then the final matchup with LA Infamous watching these games watching this game on the sidelines, seeing who they're going to be playing. So also going to be interesting to see, and we've seen it a little bit already, but noticing how this field has really gone away from the strength of the snake and focusing the action towards that center and on the D side. So let's check in with the 3rd member of our broadcast team, Lauren Kelly.
Hey guys, I'm on the sidelines in 187's pit. During that little break, they were talking heavily not only about communication, how they need to communicate more on the field, but the fact that Heat keeps putting 3 guns on the snake side during the breakout. So they're going to be pushing heavy down the Dorito side to try to get some more points on this board. Back to you.
So coming out to play this next point for Houston Heat, Alexander Burtnikoff, Ryan Moorhead, Thomas Taylor, Ryan Smith, and Mishka Kiesnev. And for 187 crew, Nick Sloviak, Dan Zaleski, Max Trailer, Matt Derula, and Greg Lazat. There's 187 on your screen. So it looks like 5 guns up for them. Everyone running and shooting out to their bunker except for Nick Sloviak, who's in that back center. Nick playing pretty much every single point. Have you seen as Lazat walking off early? Oh, and looks like Sloviak comes off early, so not looking good early on here for 187, though they did shoot Ryan Moorhead.
Yeah, so 4-on-2 advantage right now for Houston Heat. Zaleski making it out to that corner. Houston Heat ganging up guns on him, but still just unable to shoot him getting out there. It looks like Derula is making a move up into the 50. Max Trailer tries to make a move across. He may have gotten shot in the back. Referee going to run in and check him. He's clean, catches a lucky bounce.
Ryan Smith coming off for Heat, though.
And Derula is dealing right now from that 50 Dorito. He shoots out Ryan Smith. So 2 bodies coming off. Malloy cruising around the snake side for Houston Heat. He's got Thomas Taylor behind him.
Oh, but Malloy gets peeled off.
And Derula, people just coming into Derula's gun, but Derula gets shot. Now it's just Mishka and Thomas Taylor against Max Trailer and Dan Zaleski. But they are both on the snake side of the field. Trailer looks to bounce out, but Mishka has got his gun up, sitting there waiting for him.
If 187 wants to win this game, Todd, they have to win these close points where it's just a straight gunfight war in the center of the field. They can't get beat to the punch in those battles.
And here comes Thomas Taylor out of that back corner. It's Mishka and Taylor against Zaleski. Here comes Thomas Taylor down the sidelines, and Mishka gets shot in the goggles. It's Thomas Taylor and Dan Zaleski.
Into
a one-on-one situation.
So can Dan Zaleski be the hero right here and pull off this low body situation? It was 2-on-1, but he can't do it. And the veteran Thomas Taylor earning his keep for Houston Heat. Nice job by Thomas Taylor, number 7.
Thomas Taylor coming out and winning that one-on-one. Man, Zaleski in that corner almost pulled off a 2-on-1 in a point where they were down bodies early. We saw that from Bobby Aviles. He almost pulled off a 3-on-1 before Grayson Goff got him.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of them almost get pulled off this event, but no one actually finished the entire deal.
Yeah.
Zaleski almost had it, but just not
got us
quite.
excited.
A little too much Thomas Taylor for Dan Zaleski.
Yeah.
And that, yeah, big point right there to tie it up right here. Look at this on the replay. So Thomas Taylor saw his buddy die and realized, and he just clocked in right away. I mean, Zaleski pretty much came right out in to that stream that Thomas Taylor put on him. So beautiful work by Thomas Taylor. So both these teams going to reset here, send out 5 more bodies. And as they get ready to play this next point, we're going to take a quick break.
They say paintball is 90% mental. The mental aspect of our sport goes far beyond game plans and visualization. Now more than ever, Empire provides an unmatched support system for you both on and off the field. Having this level of support allows you to focus on the things that you need to go out there and get the job done. The Empire All-In Sponsorship Program. Thousands of players, hundreds of teams, one family, one support system.
So about almost midway through here in this semifinal matchup, 187 Crew taking on Houston Heat. 12:55 to go, all tied up at 2 apiece. And on the breakout, Greg Sewers trying to get out wide for Houston Heat on the D side. Referee running in to check out one of the players for 187 Crew, and it looks like he is hit.
And here comes Sergei Solnaiskov filling out. Max Traylor, he tries to fill out to that snake side temple. Looked a little rough for him, but he made it in.
2 bodies coming off early for 187 Crew. Houston Heat in the driver's seat. 5 bodies alive for them. Smart gunfighting. And also some crisp moves. Able to make it up on the D side, Greg Sewers. And he's going to move all the way to the 50-yard line. Not looking at a lot of bodies. Peels off Eddie Painter. Max Traylor shooting towards that D side. And now going to switch over to the snake side. But, man, there are a lot of Houston Heat red jerseys coming at 187 right now.
Yeah,
so Nick Sloviak and Max Traylor Todd are going to have to try to make something happen here.
Yeah, they get one, but still 4 bodies left alive. It's a 4-on-2, and Max Traylor gets shot. It's going to be just Sloviak there in the back center. Fedorov coming to get him. Coming through the middle of the field right now. And Sloviak not going to be able to get small enough back there.
He's kind of slow to get up. He's been playing every single point for 187. And against his former team here. Still close match, though. Heat fighting back, taking the lead here, 3-2. Chad Boucher getting checked out. Probably saw that dirty hang from the first semifinal matchup. And Alex Rodriguez, there was a little bit of a turning point in the beginning of the game. Not wanting to do the same thing here. If you hang with a hit, it's a penalty, and you play down a body the next point, and you don't get the point.
Playing that fun waiting game where you win the point but then just sit there.
Yeah, I don't understand
get as
why
much camera time as you possibly can.
I don't understand why some players do this, because there's no penalty to burn off. You're only going to go up 1. There's still a lot of time left. I mean, you're just basically shortening the game, essentially, is what's going on.
Yeah, but normally, I mean, why would a team want to shorten a game up? You know, what would be the strategy behind that? You know, I mean,
in this
like
situation, I can't come up with one. There's other options that could potentially mean something, but right now, with this much time left, I mean, maybe it's to get inside the head of the other team. Like, just let it resonate that we just beat you up this last point, and I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to force you to concede the point. I'm not going to hang it on you. I'm going to force you to concede.
I enjoy when they do that. I enjoy when they do that, actually, because
it gives them more time to get ready.
It gives me more time to get ready. Okay, fine, thanks. You sit your guy out there and wait while I try and get more game plan time to figure out, get personnel, get them loaded up, and get more information. So with this quick timeout, we'll be right back after this.
Playing paintball, when you first play the sport, there's so much to learn. But paintball is a completely mental sport. Every single thing counts. It's win or go home. You cannot afford mistakes. Every single thing you have to do has to be sharp, and it has to be made with your head. And that's why I play paintball. My name is Alex Gray. I play for Portland Uprising, and this is my bio.
So the 5 players for Houston Heat out on the field ready to play. Thomas Taylor makes his return along with Sam Monville, Alexander Burtnikov, Mishka Kenyazev, Ryan Moorhead.
And let's see who's going to get it. Ryan Moorhead gets shot on the break. Nick Slowiak gets shot on the break. 4-on-4. Sam Monville getting a check. And Max Traylor not being very efficient with his move over here on the snake side. Derula gets shot. Here comes Mishka up the middle. And he is at the snake side of the A. He's playing against Nick Roberts over there in the inside snake temple. Just 2 bodies, Lazat and Roberts, as Monville comes across and gets into the snake 1. It looks like Nick Roberts gun battling fiercely with Mishka. Not always the best idea. He gets shot, and here comes Mishka through the middle of the field and finishes off the last player in Lazat. So
Houston Heat puts up another one. And looking pretty good doing it. 4 players left alive for them. Mishka, 6 confirmed kills for him. Malloy, 4. And good team. Pretty much since they started putting points on the board, I mean, the first 2 went to upTon, and then since then it's been all Houston Heat. And this is the point in the game where 187 needs to get back into the pit, look at each other, and be like, look, boys, we've got to step it up here. If we want to advance and we want to be a top team, we have to start beating top teams, and this is arguably the best team out there right now. So
yeah,
if we can beat these guys, well, we got a really good shot against Infamous.
Yeah, the thing is that, a couple of these points, Houston Heat, again, like they did the last game against Damage, they're shooting a lot of people on the break. And sometimes it's hard to recover. And, what it kind of feels like out here is that 187 is trying to make the moves that they were making before when they were winning points, but when they had those bodies still alive. So it's like you see Max Traylor trying to force this move, up through the middle or up through the tall temple on the snake side. Those moves were there when he had Zaleski alive and Lazat was alive and up the field. But, if you lose those bodies on the break and you're down, especially to a team that's good at changing zones on the fly, then you can't just get up and take off running down the field. I mean, yeah, you still want to be aggressive. We've seen people go down bodies and be aggressive and still go win games, but, just not really working right now on the snake side for Max Traylor.
Well, the big thing is you have to earn your moves out here against good teams. You can't just run through the lane and expect that you're going to make that move. When I say earn that move, what that means is you have to either gunfight your way into the position, or you have to be able to check up on that lane and make sure that no one's actually shooting in the lane before you run through it. So that's the issue here. 187 trying to force things a little bit too much. And then also that comes down to gunfights too. You really got to be careful when you're gunfighting the lineup of Houston Heat. Yeah. 9 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Both these teams at full strength on the break. Let's see if any bodies drop. Doesn't look like any bodies drop here. Oh, no-oh. So Max Traylor comes off early. Spoke too soon. Traylor taking the walk. So 1 body advantage for Houston Heat. And here comes the move all the way up on the D side of the field, but gets torched. But another body, Todd, dropping in the center for 187.
Yeah, Greg Sewers tried to make that big move up the 50 Dorito. And then there goes, who was that? We had another body drop off on the snake side for Houston Heat. I think that might have been Tim Montresor. He gets shot. Zaleski is alive. Fedorov comes across. He's in snake 2. So it's like 3 bodies alive now for Houston Heat. 2 bodies alive. It's just Zaleski and Slowiak for 187, as Fedorov has good field position over here on the snake side. Zaleski looking on the inside.
And Fedorov has improved his position by heading to the 50-yard line, shooting towards that D side. And there's the body he's trying to get a shot on. And Nick Slowiak, 3-on-2. Zaleski and Slowiak versus Fedorov, Boucher, and George. Now Fedorov comes up and gets a shot cross field. So Fedorov clocking in here for Houston Heat, and they're going to go up another one. So 5 unanswered points now for Houston Heat. 187 slowly but surely just letting it slip away, Todd.
Yep, definitely. Got off to that good start. Had a close point, came down to a one-on-one, but Houston Heat has been here before, Maddie, and sometimes that's the difference. These guys, the main line for Houston Heat, all the Russian players, Bierdnikov, Fedorov, Solnyshkov, and Kenyazev, You know, those guys have been in this situation so many times. They just won World Cup last year with Art Chaos.
They won two events in a row with Art Chaos.
2 events in a row. They know how to finish. They know how to win. They know how to play in the mud. They pretty much know how to do everything out here. And, you know, running into a team like Houston Heat in the semifinals was going to be a tough task for 187. They were going to have to play out of their minds to win this game.
Which they did the first 2 points, but when you can't just put a couple points up and expect the other team's going to fold. You have to take it from Houston Heat. It's like they say, you know, if you're fighting the champion, you got to go out there and take it from him because it's not like he's just going to give it to you. So same thing here with the players that comprise the roster for Houston Heat. Like you just broke down, championship roster players. These guys have won tons of tournaments.
Yeah.
And when you're facing guys like that, you can't play sloppy. You have to be incredibly crisp on your gunfights. Your game plans have to be on lock. Everything has to go right, and you have to execute in order to beat a team like Houston Heat.
Yeah, it was funny. We were watching the UFC fight last night, and you had the women's championship in the 115-pound weight class.
Carla Esparza got beat to bits.
The champion, the girl, you know, she comes out and she's fighting the other girl and loses pretty bad. And they're like, oh, what was it? You know, was it this? Was it that? She's like, no. You know, that girl came out. I'm not making any excuses. She came out and beat me. That's what she said.
She said, I fought my fight and I lost.
Yeah, that's what it is, and that's what's happening out here.
So within 8 minutes and 19 seconds, there is enough time for 187 Crew to put 3 points on the board and tie this up, but they need to start executing. They need to live off the break, and Zaleski gets just decimated trying to get to Snake 1 off the break. So that is immediately going to put 187 in a bad position here with 4 bodies left alive to Houston Heat's 5. Oh, but Malloy gets shot in the center, so he's going to come off early. That's going to even things up. Door slightly opening here for 187.
Well, actually, that was Monville up there, but Ryan Smith taking over that position. He comes up in the middle now. So 4-on-4, Sloviak trailer, and then Ryan Smith getting grilled up. He comes walking off the field. I think that's Derula over there again having a game. And Derula, he's going to trade out with Moorhead, but not after he gets a couple kills.
Hey, Derula's doing work. 8 confirmed kills for Derula for 187 so far in this match, but then Derula gets shot out. So
Lizotte over there, haven't called his name much so far this match. But Nick Sloviak making the bump out wide on the Snake side. Max Trailer, he's still alive in the middle. Scratch that. He just got shot. Looks like Bierdnikov is coming up the Dorito side. He's in the 50 now. Sloviak's over the top. He's going to get a shot in on Taylor. Can Sloviak close this game out? He's got the drop on Malloy. He does. Shoots Taylor and Malloy. And Sloviak putting a point on the board, stepping up big time for upTon 187.
Well, every single time that Nick Sloviak steps on the field against Houston Heat, he's out for blood, man, because, you know, he got cut from this team in the offseason, wanted more playing time, didn't get it, and he's played every single point for 187 and played phenomenal and just had a huge one right here to keep 187 in this game. They are now only down 2 with 6 minutes and 34 seconds to go, and so the combination of Matt Derula, Max Trailer, and Nick Sloviak shoots out all 5 Houston Heat players, and solid work by the boys from upTon, Massachusetts. So we'll see here. Can they continue this? I don't know. Looks like a timeout called right away, probably by, I don't know. I'm not sure. You think that Houston Heat called timeout?
Watch out, guys.
Let's check in with Lauren Kelly.
Jason, hand me that shoe right.
Hey guys, I'm down here with Chad Boucher in the Heat pit. Now, you guys were down for a bit there, but you adjusted your play and you are ahead 2 points at the moment against 187. What did you guys see 187 doing at the breakout during the point that you adjusted to in order to get this lead?
They're not doing anything special. We just got to win our gun battles, really, and, you know, staying alive, getting no penalties. We got to play, you know, like we refer to as fumble free. And once we do that, then we can win this game.
When you guys are on the sidelines, you are paying attention to what's happening on the field, and you communicate with the guys going out again what you're seeing. What are you looking for in order to communicate to them?
You actually notice like certain tendencies or which way like one guy's looking, so we can give us like an opportunity to go, and that's what we need is a winner, an opportunity, and we're taking it when we get it.
Do you see any patterns happening from 187?
Yeah, the guy in the back center in the white goggles is over the top of the whole time.
All right, well, we'll see if he can keep this lead. Back to you.
Well, the guy in the center with the white goggles, talking about Nick Sloviak. So, you know, again, Nick playing phenomenal for 187. Had that huge point right here. The question is, can 187 do it again and then do it again so they can tie it up here against Heat? They do have the time. So, and nothing crazy is happening out here because of the conditions and because of the fact that these teams have now seen everybody play this field and seen all the different possible looks that you can get. It's coming down to really basic paintball. No surprises out here. No one's doing any crazy game plans that are working. Nothing, and because it's muddy, no one has any ability to play those fast points. So it's just coming down to basic paintball. Shoot players off the break. Win your gunfights. Don't make stupid moves.
Yeah,
kind of fumble-free paintball like Chad Boucher was talking about.
Yeah, and you know, if you don't shoot people on the break, it's knowing where the bodies are. When you do shoot people on the break, it's knowing where the bodies are. Where are the secondary spots that you have to get to in order to shoot them? And you know, Houston Heat really just doing a better job of that right now. I mean, except for that last point right there, Nick Sloviak did a really good job of, you know, Zaleski had been making it out there wide on the snake side a lot for them, but he finally gets shot going out there. Sloviak makes a good move to come out across, create some spacing, and pick up Bierdnikov as he made that move into the 50 Dorito.
Also, mark your calendars for the rest of the PSP Tour here. 2015 season. Catch it all live at paintballaccess.com. Nashville Open, May 1st through the 3rd, and the Mid-Atlantic Open, June 18th through the 21st. Chicago Open, August 7th through the 9th. And, of course, the World Cup, biggest event of the year, October 15th through the 18th. Well, it is good, though, to see some fight here out of 187 after the 5 unanswered points from Houston Heat, Todd.
Yeah, I mean, 6:34 left to go, 2-point spread. You know, this is definitely still a game over here. Looks like we got Mishka, Sergey, Chad George, Fedorov, and Sewers coming out. Derula, Sloviak, Lazat, Trailer, and Painter. Painter stepped up for 187 in the last match at about this point in the game.
Yeah, and Painter coming off that knee injury from last year. Wasn't able to play at World Cup, but talked to him before the event, said he's at 100%. Uh-oh, Lazat coming off early. He's struggling here so far in this game. And they lose Derula and they lose Painter. So lots of pressure coming from Houston Heat here off the break. 3 bodies drop for 187. They only lose Chad George, so definitely with an advantage right now. Houston Heat pushing up on that D side of the field.
Yeah, Houston Heat looked like they really gunned up hard on that mini race bunker and then kept the lanes going as they were able to shoot the filler. Sergey getting kind of shifty up in that middle. Sloviak dies. Lazat dies. And here is the last body as Sergey
just
comes
pretty much
the middle of the field
and buries Max Trailer.
Yeah.
So right now, Houston Heat 1 point away from taking the semifinal matchup victory and heading on to play Los Angeles Infamous in the finals. And after a quick lunch break, we will be watching the semifinal matchups in Division 1. And then we'll watch the D4, 3, 2, and 1 final matchups.
Yeah, I want to see, you know, what we got over here in the Division 1 semis. You know, who's coming up.
Well, that's the big story now, too, is that we saw the Outlaws come up, and we also saw the D1 2014 Series champs, AC Dallas, move up into the pro ranks. So kind of a big opportunity for the rest of the teams down in Division 1. So who's going to step up? Who are going to be the top teams there? Well, for sure, we're going to be watching 4 of them compete in the semifinals, kind of beginning the story of who are going to be the top teams in that division for the 2015 season.
Yeah, it's always funny when you hear some of those names consistently making the finals, you know, come over here onto the main field, you know, call your name on the webcast, and then, you know, consistently hear those guys, and then, you know, a team like AC Dallas, some of those guys, the VCK guys, TMG, like you said, you know, coming up, and then next thing you know, we're up here playing in the round robin preliminary round up here. You know, we also have the Challengers division, not going to be here on the main field for the finals, but
still being decided.
Still being decided right now who are going to be the 9th and 10th teams to play in the Champions division at Nashville.
Yeah, so, but still, we have a little bit more of this game still. 5 minutes and 51 seconds to go. Houston Heat, all they have to do is just put 1 more point on the board. They will be victorious here in the semifinals. This game brought to you by DLX Technologies, maker of the Lux. And Houston Heat's a factory DLX team. On the breakout, Chad George coming off early there on your screen for Houston Heat. 187 loses a body in the center as well. Looks like that's Darula, who's been a big killer for them, and his 10 confirmed kills in this match comes off early, so that does not bode well for 187 crew with Darula off the field.
And Mishka and Sewers over there on the Dorito side, pounding Max Trailer across the field, found that lane so he can't go into the snake. Sergey up in the middle right now. He's looking to creep. So Trailer comes on the inside. Eddie Painter gets shot out of the middle for 187.
Not looking good. Just
That's Trailer right there.
Yeah, and it's just Max Trailer and Josh Pike. Josh Pike way on the D side of the field and trying to shoot in front of Max Trailer to help him out a little bit. Max Trailer wheeling and dealing, trying to catch a body or two to keep his team in this match. Sergey and it's not looking good. Yeah, so body drops as Max Trailer walks off, and then Josh Pike catches one on a head check, and that's going to do it. Congratulations to Houston Heat, looking real solid. Upton 187 crew, we thought they might be able to fight this one out when they went up the first 2 points, scores 2-0 to start this game out, but then Houston Heat just refusing to let that happen. They clocked in, did what they're supposed to do, what they get paid to do, and winning this game here 7-3.
Yeah, Greg Sewers having a good game there last time, this to close out the game. But man, you know, Matt Darula, honorable mention over there for Upton 187 crew. He had 10 confirmed kills this game. You know, he definitely came out to play. Greg Lizotte for 187, who was smashing people all the way up. You know, I think Heat kind of realized what he was doing over there and kind of shut him down, because they definitely shot heavy for that Dorito side a lot and got a lot of kills early off that side of the field. But Houston Heat, you know, the same old faces, same old names. Mishka Knyazev, the Russians, 8 confirmed kills. Sergei Solnishkov, 6 confirmed kills. And Konstantin Fedorov, 4 confirmed kills. So still doing the heavy lifting out there for Houston Heat behind Mishka Knyazev, a.k.a.
Yeah, so
the baddest doodle around.
Yeah. Well, Mishka was the original Russian paintball superstar. He was the first guy that came out of that entire country who was widely considered a top-level professional paintball player. And that was a long time ago. We're talking early 2000s. And then Moscow Red Legion really started building their squad up, and that's...
I'm here with Ryan Moorhead from Heat. Congratulations on that win. You will be going to the finals and battling Infamous for that first place. Now, during that match, you guys were down, and 187 had the lead, but what do you think changed? What problems was 187 having that cost them the lead?
You know, for us, what really hurt us was we got that penalty early. So we're playing 4-on-5 on this field. They're really great shooters. I mean, that's why they were undefeated coming into this game. They're going up the middle. They're playing the same guys, and they're getting kills off the break. So when we started down a guy, that really hurt us. We were able to kind of slow the game down and only lose 2 points on that. And once we had 5 guys alive, with our depth on our team, I think we can run a lot of different lineups, a lot of different plays. No one's ever tired. So I think just the war of attrition, we have that one.
When you are down a body, I'm sure you guys have discussed this many times in practice, what is the best strategy to not just hand over a point to the other team just because you're down a body?
You know, it really depends a lot on the field layout. If this field layout was fast, I think we could maybe get to the corners, look at the inside, try to slow them down in the middle. But with this mud, I mean, it's like running in quicksand. So we kind of tried to go to some of the inside spots, cross it up, hopefully catch them coming down the middle. And that's kind of what we were able to do, because we weren't really having great luck shooting their outside guys, but we were getting one of their back center guys and slowing their fills down on the side. So.
Because it is so hard to run wide off the breakout, how talk to me about predictability when you are trying to figure out what their breakout or strategy is going to be in the next point.
I mean, especially when a team's only playing 5 or 6 guys, you do get a handle of what they're doing. But at the same time, there's not many options out here with the weather and with the ground the way it is. So you kind of have to stick with what got you here, and that's what got them there. So I would probably have made the same decisions if I was them. But for us, I think with our depth, we really feel like we can do a lot of different things. So I think it's harder for teams to scout us.
Absolutely. They don't have as experienced players as you guys have, but you will be going up against Infamous, who has a stacked roster as well. What do you think that match is going to come down to? Because it's really anyone's game.
Yeah, they're a phenomenal team, and they traditionally play good at the beginning of the year, so I think it's going to be a pretty bloody battle between the two of us. Mouse is doing a really good job of making moves if we don't have the angles locked up, so we're going to just have to work on our communication and make sure that we're not leaving zones open, and I think I like our chances.
All right, well, he likes their chances. We'll have to see who gets first place, Heat versus Infamous. Next up, though, after the break, we will have divisional matches on the field, so stay tuned.
Mark your calendars and get ready for the battle at the upcoming stops on the 2015 PSP Tour. The Nashville Open goes down May 1st through the 3rd. Mid-Atlantic Open June 18th through the 21st. The Chicago Open takes place August 7th through the 9th. And the biggest paintball tournament on earth, the PSP World Cup, runs October 15th through the 18th. Sign up your team now and get into the fight. Watch all the action on pspevents.com. You don't want to miss it.